Hello, hello. Hello, my dear global family, those who are watching this and those who join online. Welcome to Daily Inspirations. This is online meeting. Every day we meet to read powerful quotes of rebirth, resurrection, and to have quotes for the day, to have great ideas, to make powerful beginning. We're reading words, we're discussing the most important God's and humankind purpose to finish ultima goal of peace by 2027. And every country, as the Messiah is coming, came in our age, and you see this biggest development of humanity, and they build the heavenly kingdom a little near already. Just we humans supposed to stop fighting and work to build peace brick by brick. Let's go with the quotes. Please subscribe, share this message to billions. More about our meeting is below the video. And comment how these quotes help you. Contact for consultation, cooperation, donation, everything. You are welcome. How to make this meeting better. Okay, let's go with the quotes. Jesus' purpose in coming again on earth is to find his bride, a woman who is centering on God's love. That woman must represent Christianity, attend the Lord as her bridegroom on the world level stage of Christianity and marry him. This establishes the realm of love of the bridegroom and bride. It is the beginning of a realm of love that God can finally claim. Based on that realm of the only begotten Son, God can claim the realm of the only begotten daughter. At the same time, centering on this only begotten Son, only begotten daughter, he can inaugurate the realm of love of the bridegroom and bride. For the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, it does not matter how large their nation is, or that it has a long history or an amazing cultural background. What matters is that their standard of the conjugal love is such that they unite as husband and wife, centering on God. The first human beings lost this standard due to the fall. Hence, without recovering it, everything in the world is in vain. Therefore, the only begotten Son and the only begotten daughter on God's side must establish the realm of conjugal love as husband and wife. Once the realm of conjugal love is secured, the realm of children's love will naturally be established. Jesus said that he was God's only begotten Son and that God was his Father. That claim indicates that as an individual, he had received God's first love. Although God came to have his only begotten Son, Jesus, he did not yet have his only begotten daughter. Jesus was unable to find her. Thus, Jesus must return to meet God's only begotten daughter, who can totally receive God's first love. That is why the Lord at his second advent must celebrate the marriage supper of the Lamb. That is, he is required to marry. This man who completely receives God's first love must marry a woman who completely receives God's first love, and they must start a family together, thus restoring the position of unfallen Adam and Eve. The Messiah comes in the position of the original and the direct Son of God. With the God absolute love, he brings the seeds of life. To find and raise such a son is God's primary purpose for conducting the providence of salvation through history. The Messiah come to earth with nothing of earthly value. He has no nation. He has virtually nothing. He does not have a partner because Eve, Cain, Abel was lost. He does not have a family. That is why when he comes, he has to recover them all. Christianity is a bride religion and is to receive the Messiah who comes as a bridegroom. The core truth of Christianity is amazing. Jesus called himself God's only begotten Son. Adam was intended to be God's only begotten son, and Eve was intended to be God's only begotten daughter. However, due to the fall, they did not become the only begotten son and daughter. Satan claimed the only begotten daughter. God's entire creation was brought to ruin and must all be recovered. As God created Eve based on Adam, God must recreate Eve by the seed that he seeds through the new Son of God. Human beings start from a family. A family begins with a man and a woman becoming husband and wife. Therefore, for the original family to begin, the only begotten son must marry the only begotten daughter. The only begotten son and daughter were to have been the original Adam and Eve, free from the fall. Then they were to become true parents and give birth to sons and daughters. As people who attend the true parents, if you want your sons and daughters to be perfected, you need to provide them with an environment in which they learn how to live for the sake of others in the four directions. There are represented by their grandfather, grandmother, father, and mother. Children are to live for the sake of their parents. Parents are to live for the sake of their children and also for the sake of their own parents. Grandparents are to live for the sake of their grandchildren, and grandchildren are to live for the sake of their grandparents. A husband is to live for the sake of his wife, and wife is to live for the sake of her husband. In this kind of environment, the grandfather and the grandmother, husband and wife, and all the siblings are included. Following this principle, the model of the family, we should build a family in which we live for the sake of each other. If we do so, this will indeed bring about the kingdom of heaven in our family. Freedom from original sin. Adam and Eve, the first ancestors of humanity, fell when they succumbed to Satan's temptation. They ate of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thus committing the original sin. The original sin was an illicit sexual relationship. This sin defiled God's lineage. Instead of passing down God's love through the ensuing generations, they multiplied descendants through Satan's false love. In the Bible, the Gospel of Matthew records the genealogy of Jesus Christ. It preserves a record of how in his lineage among the descendants of the fallen Adam, good and evil were separated and goodness advanced. It records how during the 4,000 years history of the providence of restoration through indemnity, the blood connection to Satan was severed in that lineage in order that Jesus could be born as God's only begotten son. Thus, Jesus at birth had nothing to do with original sin. He came to this world to receive his bride and became the true father, so that they could take the position of true parents. They were to give birth to children free from original sin, and also to give rebirth to fallen human beings and remove the original sin. Instead, however, Jesus died on the cross due to the disbelief of the people of Israel. Still, he left with the promise that he would come again and complete the work he had left unfinished. Therefore, the returning Lord, who come as the third Adam, inherits Jesus' foundation. This allows him to start out from the position of the Messiah and from there to attain the position of the true parent. When he does so, he can fulfill the mission of completing God's ideal of creation. Original sin is based on sexual relationships under the realm of Satan dominion. Jesus was born without original sin, and thus he is free from the conditions of Satan's accusations. To make this possible, God worked to reverse the position of Cain and Abel. Jacob reversed positions with Esau and Phares, and Zara's positions were switched at the time of their birth. In this way, God laid the foundation for his victory. As a result, Jesus could be born as a man free from original sin. Jesus is God's son. He was born under God's dominion, free from original sin. Original sin is the condition by which Satan accused all human beings. Since Jesus is free of original sin, he can return to the original position of Adam prior to the fall. Therefore, Jesus alone could be the second Adam, who came to rectify Adam's failure and became the original ancestor of humankind. I am saying that he could stand in Adam's stead. From that point on, humankind could enter a new era, the New Testament age. Since Jesus was born free of original sin, he was totally free from Satan's accusation in terms of lineage. Not only that, he subjugated Satan, the archangel. And this way, Jesus could stand tall in the position of the original Adam. In the Bible, we read the story of Jacob, who is received the blessing of the father, Isaac cooperation with his mother Rebecca to deceive his father as well as his older brother Esau. We also read the story of Tamar, who had sexual relationship with her father-in-law, Judah, and gave birth to the twins Perez and Zerah. It concluded with Perez and Zerah becoming the center of the blessing of Judah's tribe. These stories describe behavior that contradicts conventional morality. So why they are in the Bible? Beside, in the first chapter of Matthew, we read of 4 women of questionable morals: Tamar, Bathsheba, Rahab, and Ruth. The Gospel of Matthew in the New Testament is equivalent to the Genesis in the Old Testament. Why do these blemished unholy women appear in the first chapter? There is no way to answer this question unless we know the principal teaching on the human fall. These questions have been answered only since the time of my coming. Okay, this was quotes for today. Please comment how these quotes are helping you every day, every hour, every second. It's so interesting that was many miracles. One of them was that one spiritual weapon woman saw that billions of spirits are coming to our meetings to hearing what we are talking here. So join online or offline. Better online, and let's read, let's discuss, let's brainstorm how to finish building Heavenly Kingdom by 2027, every country, every corner of the world, and a new community too. This is possible because as we read this Messiah's incoming words, this is the quotes that are saving humanity and is bringing salvation and great knowledge, not just about physical world, but also about spiritual world. As we know that human beings have just 5% of their potential, and they could use it by alone or by collective, by countries, or by all world. But God is adding 95% to this. So together we could do it. Okay, please subscribe, share this video, comment how it helped you, and also make a donation. Contact me for consultation, cooperation. All details are below. Let's finish building Heavenly Kingdom, substantial kingdom. Not someday, by 2027, starting from today, every day. Bye-bye for now.